Embers and Dudes is honestly going to be a toss-up, as I mentioned.
Agree.
Probably going to be my hardest prediction of the day. I haven't predicted right every single time. Obviously, Big Get Squad proved me wrong earlier in the EU side, and wow, they did well, and I won't lie. Unfortunately, they did drop both their matches, but we're not talking about EU. We're talking about the Embers. They're the big question mark for me, because as I mentioned, the Dudes have previous experience, and with skills now, they're looking pretty solid.
Yeah, I agree. This is going to be a very close matchup and a statement maker, because as you know, Rival Series, it comes down to games won. Not just Series 1, but each game matters. And I want to see, will teams take that to heart and truly just lay it out on the field and try and get that 3-0 sweep? I want to see that.
Oh boy, and for Embers, I said they got some strong recent results, but against the Dudes, it's again just like big questions, because I've seen so much of the Dudes and I want to support them fully, but with a roster of Sosa, Demonator, and Grills, it's so hard to really predict against that as well. So I mean, you're thinking about it and you're like, okay, well we got a really solid roster on one side and we got a roster with a lot of results on the other side. Suddenly you got a real dilemma there, but I guess we'll just have to leave it on the field after the end of this best of 5. Once again, we got the Pittsburgh Embers freshly picked up, former Defiant in the blue. We got the Dudes in the orange. I don't see any reason to stall this any longer. Let's get right into the action. 5 minutes on the clock for regular rules. And a save for Skills already off the shot from Demonator. Sosa in the corner. Skills going to be there first. Joe Freshness feels backflip. I saw that pass, though, happening right away. And the Dudes already, I mean, if they made that passing play happen, no one can tell what would have happened on the other end. A quality shot here from Skills is off the backboard. Grills will be able to get it away, and Sosa is going to be able to play it downfield.
That's a good put up downfield, but even better defense from Ralph to get in front of that ball and send it to the side. Skills get a nice flick, putting that on target, but there is Grills sending that one away. And just right off the bat, 30 seconds into this match, I think you're absolutely right. This is going to be a nail-biter of a series.
Luckily, we do have a long series to do exactly that. We don't have to play off the first 30 seconds. Lucky us. But it looks like the Embers want to start out on offense here. No touch there from Sosa. Joe Freshness will be able to force this one just a little bit downfield. Skills off the side ball. Sosa will beat him to that one. But Ralph going to be first on this ball. To the corner. Trying to play a fast one. Good 50-50. Skills is right there, and he'll almost sneak it through. Grills is right there to say, no thank you.
Wow, just comes streaking in and somehow able to save that ball, but it's not over. The shot still going on net, and Skills can't get any power on that one, giving Embers the opportunity to recollect themselves.
And a quality bit of offense right there for the Dudes, but we remain scoreless as the Embers will start their attack run. Grill's going to lead the charge. Demonator to follow up rather closely. Got the flip reset, but unfortunately Skills was there to play it away before anything dangerous could happen. Joe Freshness. Touch that one, falls right to Demon into the corner once again.
I like that play, though. You saw him go towards the backboard. Next hit, put it right into the corner, just making the Dudes go left and right, use as much boost as possible and get them shaken up in their defensive end.
Neighbors looking for a quality opportunity here. Joe Freshness with a bit of a backflip. Sosa not quite in time. That one's going to be slammed all the way to the other end. Ralph can't quite follow it up. And honestly, it does feel like we've been seeing a little bit of a ping-pong match a couple of times so far, but here's Sosa for a quality shot. Skills on the goal line. Demonator beat out by Joe Freshness just before he can arrive at the ball. We're approaching the half, and we still have no goals.
Yeah, I love the decision there from Joe. He waited on the right post there, waiting for his opportunity. That ball got killed, and he immediately boosted to get that ball out of the box, giving themselves an offensive opportunity.
Past the half now. Embers want to get set up on offense, but the Dudes trying to keep this one on the blue half once again. Moving downfield now. Demon. Demo on Joe Freshness. Only one man back now, and Sosa looking for the double. But Ralph is making effective use of his solo ability. Great touch there from Demon. In towards center. Oh, Skills. Yeah, man, the game sense on that player. He's not letting that one through. He knows exactly what's happening before it even happens.
Sixth Sense was tingling there. Jumped up just in time, and Grills unable to continue carrying that ball down the field, but look at him just disrupting Ralph there to just continue their offensive onslaught. Pretty even, though, as far as shots are concerned. 3 on the side of the Embers and 4 for the Dudes.
Only 90 seconds now. Very even match. Skills looking for a flick here. Grills, not the best touch, and the last man demoed. But Ralph respecting the fact that Joe French is upfield, he didn't want to commit for that one and ended up being the breaking goal on that one.
Oh, and look at Ralph. He sees his teammate sitting at the top of the box, so he puts a hard shot on net, hoping for a rebound that pushes out far. Does not go, but still tied up as we near the last minute of gameplay.
Man, I said this is going to be a close match. This is not what I was anticipating. Quality shot! That is Skills out of the midfield, and what an absolute slam of a shot.
And good heads-up play. He's pushing downfield, and there he goes. Cherry picks his way to a goal.
Yeah, cherry picking, honestly, one of the most important positions in all of Rocket League. And there you go. He plays it rather well as well. I mean, you got to point that out. Skills he's been in that spot before where he's making the solo plays, he's making the cherry picking plays. He's that player you can count on to be downfield and make effective use of his abilities. And now a 1-goal lead for the Dudes. It's going to be up to the Embers to see if they can change that. Ralph getting stuffed by Demon right there, backflip from Skills, and now Grills is moving downfield. All the way to the back wall, looking for the double tap as well. It's going to be popped up high. Sosa onto the back wall, double tap off the top corner. But Demon will get shut down by Ralph in the end. The Embers not letting it go. Quality pass there. Sosa plants it firmly in the upper left-hand corner.
Oh my goodness, this ball's all the way on the right side of the field. The pass goes all the way to the left. Joe Freshness not knowing which side of the goal he has to cover, and Sosa hits his target perfectly. Ties this ball game up, 30 seconds to go.
And we're looking at the angle he was shooting at. It was such a quality play. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Doing a great job of putting in the left side, and another opportunity here. Skills has to get up for it early, and Joe Freshness to follow actually finds Ralph, and they might transition downfield. Stopped out by Grills early on. As we approach the final 10 seconds, we're getting into golden goal territory here, ladies and gentlemen. The Dudes on the offense right here. Demon to drop it into the corner. Skills can't get a touch there. Joe Freshness to try and continue, but nothing much doing here. Finally to the backboard, it's Ralph. Does he have the read himself? Not quite, and I like the ambition on that one, but no dice.
He had the goal available to him as the defender was pushed forward, nowhere near that goal line. Unfortunately, unable to find his accuracy there, but look at Grills, looking back to Sosa, but Ralph smells that one coming.
Smells that one coming. That's just how good he is. He doesn't even need his eyes. What a banger, but Sosa is there. Playing that solid third man spot. And actually, is this the first overtime that we've seen on this broadcast so far?
Not of the day, but...
Not of the day. But here we go. Either way, an overtime in game one is definitely a good indicator of what should be a close series. Joe Freshness off the side looking for Skills in center. Great touch from Demon up so early to cut off that passing lane. Grill's going to send it all the way to the orange wall. It'll be Ralph. A little bit of a cross. Demon's going to be on top of that one. Now Joe Freshness gets dunked by Demon. I love the speed on that one, trying to keep the ball in the zone. But it will move all the way across the field, and we're seeing a lot of booming clears, just trying to get the ball away from their own half so far.
Yeah, both teams are definitely using every cubic inch of this field, that is for sure.
Just over a minute into OT. Things still heating up. A great dunk there from Sosa. Nothing that Joe Freshness can't handle, but that's going to open up an opportunity. Ralph has to dive in front of that one and save the game. Which is another day in the office for the Dudes defense. They're going to remain on the defense for just a second.
Oh, swing and a miss from Grills and Sosa. Going to just turn that ball over back to the Dudes.
And we noticed Demon, as the third man on that play, was actually looking for a demo as well. That one could have turned around bad if they weren't careful. The Dudes will be moving downfield right here into the corner. Once again, Grills just going to send it straight to the midfield line. Pass from Ralph to Joe Freshness, looking for a spot on the backboard, but Sosa already there, finds Demon. Well, they'll lose on the 50-50. Skills for the double, takes out Grills, but not before he makes the save.
Oh my goodness. Following that shot up, I don't know where all that boost came from, but I am loving the fact that you are not seeing any unchallenged balls any more than 2 seconds on the field.
No, wait! No, there we go. Finally, Sosa puts it in. I can't believe this double tap off the crossbar, and it just stayed on the goal line there in a moment of pure infinity. You could just tell everyone was panicking on that play. Sosa dives for the ball. Grills dives for the ball. Ralph is the only man there. He knows he has to do something, but he was just lost.
And that is so unfortunate for the side of the Dudes. The save was almost there. If he was there a millisecond earlier, could have squeaked that ball out, but the Embers take game number 1, and I think they did that just out of respect for Halloran.
Oh my. You think so?
I think so. They heard all the stuff you were talking.
Of course, in a very evenly matched game, the Dudes had 5 saves, Embers with 7, and a shot differential of only 1. Can you really blame them for that one? A very even game in all regards. And honestly, I don't know what we expected, but still, when we're watching that, it's close, and we're thinking to ourselves, like, what is going to happen next? You never know watching these players. The double tap from Demon there right at the end, almost the difference maker. I would argue that it still was the difference maker, regardless of the fact that Sosa was the one who ended up getting credit for the goal, but my goodness, it just goes to show any one play can break this. That's how even it is.
Well, not only that, but any one team, you could take a bag, throw all 8 team names into it, reach out and say, this is first place, second place, third.
Sure.
I mean,
sure,
it's so close this season. It's going to be so much fun to watch. Both sides, Europe and North America, but right now we're seeing North America just put on an absolute clinic of a show of how to play Rocket League. It's going back and forth. The challenge, I'm loving the challenges, how fast these teams are playing.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that regard. I mean, we haven't seen a single seemingly unchallenged ball for no good reason. It's always been somebody on top of it for both teams. We got game number 2. The Dudes are leading, or sorry, no, they are trailing by 1. Searching for the word there for a second. The Pittsburgh Embers pulling out that one in OT. We'll have to see if they can continue with that right here. Wouldn't necessarily call it too much of a offensive streak.
Uh-oh.
A great dunk there from Demon. Won't amount to much, unfortunately, for the Embers. It'll move to the midfield. Good demo from Skills, but no pass out from Joe Freshness. Just a little bit too low on the boost.
Yeah, you saw the Dudes just wait and weather the onslaught of shots coming their way. The Embers really put everything into that offensive push, and now we're seeing them struggle on the defensive end to clear this ball out.
Honestly, pacing of play seems to slow down considerably from what we last saw, because both teams realized, like, okay, well, we went from golden goal to 5 extra minutes of regulation. That might be a little bit of a mental factor, just thinking to themselves, all right, we got time. We don't really have to make a play immediately. The Dudes and the Embers right back to square number 1. Lots of ping pong action going on. Ralph, the one to send it all the way to the back wall here, as Sosa will pick it up. The Dudes looking to continue. Shot opportunity just a little bit off the mark. And Demon to take it downfield. 1 man to beat. Now can he get it over top of him? He can get it around him. Only to the back wall, though. Nowhere close to the post, unfortunately. But it will set up the Embers for an offense.
I love the 1v1 skills we just saw there. A nice little flick to try and get the ball past the defender. Unfortunately, it was wide of the net. But again, this game so close. Yet to see a goal within the first half of play in games 1 and 2.
And none of the goals have been really freebies either, which is wonderful to see. Nothing wrong with that shot there. Grills will say he's just going to clear that one all the way downfield. Looking for a touch right here. Cherry picking from that midfield line. He's got all the space in the world to work with.
Oh my goodness, what a touch from Demon there. Just launches it downfield, narrowly missing the ceiling, and there sits Grills. Just has to put that one on target. Good passing play to not only clear that ball, but put a shot on net.
Transitional play coming out strong for the Embers in that situation. We finally got that first half goal you were wanting. But here we go, out of the corner.
Uh-oh.
Bit of an awkward situation there. Double commit indeed. Skills is going to have to play this one by himself for a second. Grills off the corner. Nobody in the midfield to make a play out of that one, though, and the Dudes will be moving downfield. Tough situation on the offense there with that double.
Yeah, when you have an opportunity like that where you're on a potential fast break, try and push that ball in the air to make the defender go up, use boosts, and put him out of position. There, when it's going on the ground, he can just hit it to the corner and continue his rotation.
Good opportunity there. Joe Freshness did wave off to respect Grills on that one, and fortunately for the Dudes, it's only a 1-goal deficit, and they got punished on. Unfortunately, they were only able to score 1 last game, so that might be a little bit difficult. Demon into his own backfield and going to pinch this one off the corner wall. Skills going to try and keep it moving, but a great dunk as well. Demon keeps this play moving. Bit of a double demo there. Skills and Grills both out of the play. They'll just drop in front of the box, though, and it feels like the Dudes are grasping desperately at a potential to make a play in the midfield.
Yeah, and they had the net wide open. Skills, no defender in net again, but they cannot get the ball into the midfield to an open teammate.
And in the box play has really been favoring the Embers. If you ask me, quality shot chance there, but again, Skills there to meet it. No such thing as a free goal so far this series. Over to Ralph. Finds a good spot on the backboard. Potential for a passing play here, but Sosa there to meet it. Now Grills taking possession. We've seen some solo plays so far. Sosa getting a little bit of action on that one as well. And honestly, I feel like he kind of had that red vision there for a moment.
Oh, Demon got hit by Grills as well on that play and was breakdancing out there on the field. Finally regained his composure, rotating back. But what a read from Ralph. Demon just gives it to him.
And I mean, if you're Demon in this situation, you realize what's going on here. You have to make an effective clear on this ball. Ralph is bearing down on you, so you gotta do something. And when you're thinking about that, you're thinking, and then you force a play out of him. It's easy for Ralph to make that kind of play. So a great force on that one. Just sending it towards the net, and let Demon do the rest of the work. He's not gonna be able to get a quality clear. Easy follow-up for Ralph. And again, good force on that play. But as we approach the 1 minute mark, things still a toss-up. And honestly, you simultaneously hate to see it and you love to see it, because honestly, toss-up games, the best feeling in the world. A great passing play coming out here. Demons in the air, no touch made. Sosa for the follow. And there you go. The Embers have the lead once again.
And watch, here comes Demon. He throws the entire defense off by going up there, all expecting a touch. You get two defenders out of net, and out comes the last third, just hoping and praying that he can somehow block the shot going on net, and he's nowhere close.
And you can see that all three of the defenders are just kind of waiting, and like, what's he going to do? We expect him to hit this aerial, we're all ready for it. And then suddenly, nope, it's Sosa. Surprise. There's still time on the clock, though. The Dudes will be able to come back from this one if they can just put one more on net. And here's Ralph, quality chance there, taken away by Grills. Demon for the quick follow, Skills, good idea going for that dunk. Nice bump there as well as towards the net. Grills is going to be able to make it in time. Unfortunately, not a demo. They're going to have a full defense here. And the Dudes get cleared out. 15 seconds now on the clock.
Ralph needs to call off Skills there. Skills had the lateral pass to Joe Freshness wide open, but now 10 seconds to go. Can they score?
Ralph unable to push that one to the back wall. A huge miss right there. Still time on the clock, though. This bounce favors the Dudes, but they're expecting a touch out of that one, and the Embers have all the control at the end of regulation.
Yeah, we've seen that multiple times now where the ball's in the air. Team has an opportunity to push the ball down the field for a game-tying goal, and the opposing team just lets it hit the ground. You've got to have one player just sitting underneath the ball just in case they try and do that.
In this game, a lot less action as well. I mean, you take a look at that scoreboard, we're only seeing 4 shots on both sides of the ball. 3 saves versus 4, obviously just standard stuff. But it's weird to see because we had so many shots last game. I believe it was 9 to 10 in terms of shots. So we're thinking like action, 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 action. And now, they slowed down. They took the pace down a notch, and still the Embers were able to take away with it. So even though the Dudes tried to adapt to their opponent's playstyle, it just didn't work. Yeah,
we saw both teams launching the balls into the corners, and both teams trying to get a stranglehold on that midfield, and neither one really coming out on top. Obviously, we saw a team come out on top, which was the Embers. Yeah. But as far as just really making a statement and dominating on the field, the Embers are doing a great job of winning, but they're not really controlling the pace up and down.
Yeah, I can definitely agree on that one. Nobody's really able to control the pace. That's what we're talking about. They're so close to each other that no team can really make what they want out of the game. I mean, usually we see the Dudes, they're going for those passing plays broken up by the Embers all the time. The Embers going for the passing plays broken up by the Dudes. So now it kind of falls on the solo plays and personal mistakes of every player on the pitch. And we were talking about that. 1 or 2 plays can change the outcome of the game. And unfortunately for the Dudes, they're now finding themselves in this spot where, well, we're 2-0 down. We've got to do something about this.
But honestly, if I'm on the Pittsburgh Embers, why change anything? They're up 2-0. They may not be absolutely stomping the Dudes, but you're not trying to do that, I guess. All you need to do is pull out a series win. And if they can sweep, that puts them in a pretty spot. And look at the offense coming out.
This still might be on target as well. There's Sosa. What a save from Ralph. He's not quitting on that one anytime soon. But a good sign of life for the Embers. Don't want to see a team get complacent. Honestly, a 3-0 sweep is great. And for the Dudes, that would sting so much for a 1-goal game. 3 games in a row. And to lose the series off of that. So we'll have to see if we still got a breath of life in them. But here you go. Trying to make a passing play. Once again, caught off by Demon. They're there to close that door before it can really even be opened.
Yeah, that passing play upfield to try to clear the ball is way too slow. If you're trying to do that, it's got to be a quick pass, and that was almost on target. Nice redirect attempt, but someone's got to pressure this ball. If you're on the Dudes, you cannot just keep leaving the midfield open and letting the Embers push you into the corner.
And as you mentioned, that's exactly where they were at the moment. And here's Sosa, going to try and do exactly the same. Joe Freshness will take it away. No extra touch on it, though. Grill's looking for the double. Noah's up to Demon now, but he gets shut down by Skills rather quickly. And now the Dude's trying to move downfield.
There it is.
Good shot opportunity there, but Grill's, again, there in position. Going to take him out of the play, however. And the Dude's starting to get more and more physical as we delve deeper into this series. Will that be the difference maker?
Can be, absolutely. What you've been doing isn't working, so change things up. And change them up quick, because you have 3.5 minutes to not get beat.
Fortunately, they don't have a goal against, so they only need one in order to take the game, but it'll take some strong defense as well. The Embers will drop that one off on the side. Easy save here for Demon, going to drop that one to the midfield. Joe Freshness now, a drive down. Grill's there to meet it. Into the corner, it's Sosa, out towards center. Didn't get the favorable bounce that he wanted. Skills now up to Joe Freshness, quality shot, no such luck. It's going to be sent right away. But a good play nonetheless. Skills for another one. Sosa will be blocking that one this time around.
Sosa comes out of nowhere to get that save. Going to be very difficult to put a goal in the back of the net, but that one's wide open. Skills recognizes it and puts the Dudes up by 1.
And we're seeing explosions going off a lot on the blue side of the ball. Demon just chose the wrong spot to go for a boost here, which is unfortunate. But hey, we said that, you know, those individual mistakes can make or break a game. And there you go, the Dudes are going to take advantage of that every single time. Now they got about half a game left to see if they can hold this lead.
It's going to be hard. We've been seeing some great stuff from the Pittsburgh Embers.
Oh, and that's a key miss right there. But no, Sosa doesn't put it on target. Well, he's going to want that one back. I can guarantee you that one. As we pass that, that would have been a huge tying goal as well. Now Joe Freshness with a shot on target. Sosa will be there to meet it. A great beat right there. Skills, no boost, just barely manages to make it back. And again, the Embers with it right in front of them. They just can't get it through.
Yeah, but the Dudes are starting to respect the counterattack from the Pittsburgh Embers, realizing that, hey, when we push that ball downfield, expecting an immediate offensive push from them, and they're doing a great job recognizing when shots are going on target.
2 minutes left, and the Dudes trying to keep this offense alive. No demo coming through on Sosa, just a little bit too quick for the Dudes player. Sosa, no touch made there. Would have been very favorable. Grills looking for a piece of the backboard, finds one, but Skills and an outstanding read to push it all the way downfield. And you can tell the Embers starting to commit more and more men to the offensive third when they're starting to make those pushes. The Dudes with a long clear or a couple could really make this game easy for themselves.
And the spacing is great right now. They're reading where the Pittsburgh Embers want to put the ball and placing themselves strategically.
Oh, what a save from Sosa. I think he was inside the post on the net on that one. And correct me if I'm wrong, but either way, keeping them to a 1-goal deficit. Joe Freshness is going to keep this one in the zone. 70 seconds on the clock, and the Embers getting locked in right now. We got Pandora's box on the blue side of the field. They finally get it to the orange side, but not for long. Again, Joe Fresh is just gonna boom that one downfield, and they're gonna be able to play this one reactively.
Oh, nice challenge there from Demon. 1 minute to go, and a crucial mistake from Ralph. But thankfully, Joe Freshness is there to send that one away. Give the Dudes some time to recollect themselves.
And again, just throwing that one all the way downfield, and they're ready for the next offensive push. Doesn't necessarily matter that they take control of the ball. The Embers have little time to work with now, though, and they might start getting a little bit more desperate. Oh, nice pinch play! Sosa blocked out by Ralph, though, and they're going to want that one back as well. Just be a little bit quicker. They could have scored. 30 seconds now on the clock, and they're going to have to push all the way downfield. And a good opportunity for the Dudes. Double commit right there. Demon will be first back to the ball. Sosa playing it upfield, but again, Dudes in such a favorable position right now.
Absolutely. 10 seconds to go. Pittsburgh Embers just need one, and that one is dangerous. They both go up as they both have to, and time is running down. And it looks like Joe Freshness is going to kill that ball and give the Dudes a win in this series.
My goodness. Well, the Dudes certainly making them work for it, but another one-goal game, and, you know, you give them that win, it doesn't feel like, you know, they're going to make a reverse sweep. It still feels like I mean, you guys just kind of barely eked that one out. So regardless of the fact that they won, you still got to be worried that the Embers are going to take this next win. It's not one of those things where it's like, we got the momentum, guys, let's take this and push it straight through. It's more of like oh boy, we're still kind of on the ropes.
Well, you've also got to respect the fact that the Dudes look like they're starting to warm up. They're looking like a train. It's taking them a little bit of time to get that momentum, but once they get it, there's no stopping them. If you're on the Embers, you cannot give them that opportunity. They're starting to find themselves in that midfield. They're starting to connect on those passing plays. That's a scary thought. If you've got that 2-1 lead, do not get reverse swept here.
Well, again, though, there were just a couple of key mistakes from the Embers as well on the offense and the defense alike. So there's a couple spots where they might be thinking to themselves like, okay, well, the dudes, they might be an unstoppable train, but, you know, we just have to, we made a couple of mistakes there. We know that we can beat these guys. They're going to recollect. They're going to say to themselves, okay, all right, it's no big deal. They beat us this one game. Maybe we got complacent. Maybe we just made a couple of those key mistakes. Easy stuff to fix. So that's another reason why I say the dudes, you still got to be careful. And we move into game number 4. It's going to be really what's on their minds and what's on our minds as well. Will the dudes be able to keep this up, or will the Embers think to themselves like, okay, we got no problem taking this?
It's going to be a toughie. If you know me, you know I love Game 5s, so not that I'm playing favorites, but I would just love to see the series go to Game 5 just for the factor of some nail biting.
Yes, well, I mean, if you're an RLCS watcher and you don't like Game 5s, then, I mean, I'd want your autograph because you're probably the rarest person in the world, to be perfectly honest. Here we go. We got the dudes facing off against the Embers. The dudes fighting for their lives right here in this series. The Embers want to close it out right here on match point. There's still a lot of life in our orange players. Demon's going to open up the offense right here. Sosa, quality dunk. Looking for the center as well. There's Grills, great connection, and it just barely finds its way into the right side of the net.
Great passing play coming out of the corner. Good challenge from Sosa, and all he has to do is put that one into the box as Ralph can't get up in time, and the Pittsburgh Embers have the lead. All they need is to maintain it.
Yeah, but with 4.5 minutes on the clock, that's a tall order. We've seen a lot of one-goal games, so you know it could happen, but I'm not going to put it past them, or I'm not going to put it past the dudes. Onto the back wall already, actually, are the dudes. They'll be touched up high. Grills off the ceiling now, looking for a touch over to Demonator. Ralph to field it out of the midfield, all the way to the other side. Grills is still ready for it regardless. The dudes looking to set up any sort of offense right here. The first minute has come and gone. Demon on the side wall towards the backboard. Ralph will be there. Bit of a loss, 50-50 there, but Joe Freshness will be able to field it regardless. The dudes moving downfield. This could be a good setup opportunity off the corner wall. Demon has to force it to the side. Ralph looking for the center, and I saw skills there as well. A good idea, but the Embers going to shut it down immediately as soon as a mistake is made.
Yeah, they can see the plays starting to develop, and they're able to put themselves in between those passing lanes perfectly, and skills, good double tap to throw Grills off, but Joe Freshness bites on that challenge and sends that one away.
Good chance there from Demonator as well, playing that tight angle, trying to mix it up just that little bit to get the edge over their opponents. Now Demon to the backboard. Sosa's in the air off the backboard once again. Great touch there from Skills. He's been so clutch getting those backboard clears when it matters most, just before the opponent gets there. But right now for the dudes, this defense isn't going to win it for you. You're facing like a loss in this series if you can't score in these next 3 minutes.
Well, they did a great job of withstanding the offensive pressure from the Embers. They were all under 30 boosts there and managed to get out cleanly without being scored on.
Skills off his own corner wall. Wolves fall over to Grills. Embers keeping up the pressure very well here. Joe Freshness will finally clear it off to the corner, but Grills on it once again. And the Embers closing the vice grip right about now. Sosa looking for that dunk, but will not get past Ralph again. Straight back to the corner with Demon. No dunk on Joe Freshness, but Grills is coming up for it already. Gets beat out to that one, but did get the boost. Very important boost steals. The dudes will not have anything to really push this offense into the Embers' half, and we've seen so much of the orange so far. What are the dudes going to have to do to finally get it out?
Stop lobbing it downfield like that. Try and catch that ball in your hood and dribble it downfield, because you just keep handing the ball right back to the Embers, and that is not a way to score.
The Embers just continue to apply the pressure. Demon actually has to defer to Joe Freshness on this ball, but will be able to get up right after a good bump on Skills. Got sent to the moon. And now Ralph in a very awkward spot will rely on Joe Freshness to get that one away, but still barely just past the midfield line, and the Embers will be able to field it out of their own corner.
And no pressure put on that ball in the midfield. They're just going to keep pushing this ball down. It's like they're waiting for a mistake to happen, but the Embers are playing perfection so far.
It does seem like that. We saw the Dudes get shut down when they made that single mistake on the offensive end. So the Embers are truly just closing all of the gaps right now. Grills, nice solo play underneath of one. Got past Ralph Demon for the shot. It's on target, but Joe Freshness is not having that one. They'll move it out to the side. Joe Freshness down to Skills, blocked away by Sosa, cutting off that passing lane, that ever-important passing lane, and they have one of their own. It's off the backboard. Grills follows it up.
This play from Joe Freshness must have been on audiobook because Sosa heard it from a mile away, cuts in, steals the ball, and then passes it off the backboard to find Grills. A 2-0 lead for the Embers. The Dudes have a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it in.
And a 2-0 lead in a series that's all been Game 1 victories for both sides of the ball. So now the tallest order I think we've seen this entire series so far, but a quality clear here. They finally break out of their own end. Perhaps that kickoff reset was exactly what they needed. Joe Freshness was taken out of the play, but they remain in the offense for just a second. Skills gets the ever-important touch there, but he'll fall to Sosa straight into the orange corner as we approach the final 30. I'm not sure if the Dudes are going to be able to pull this out.
Almost next to impossible with 30 seconds to go, but we've seen it happen a ton of times, but they're in the wrong end if they want to put a 1 next to the 0 that they have right now.
Finally, a good push downfield. Ralph not in position to make a play off of that one. We rapidly approach the final 10, and the Pittsburgh Embers, they're just looking to shove this one into the orange half at this point. Ralph in the air, touch off to the side. They need one with time left. Joe Freshness in the air, over top of Demon. It has to drop down. Sosa gets a quality touch. Time expires, and the Embers have their first win.
Good showing from them, and that Game 4, it just felt like the pressure got to the Dudes.